It's February, which means that Valentine's Day is right around the corner. It is a day that is dreaded by single people everywhere. A day that my ex-male roommate called Hit on Lonely Women at the Bar Day. It's February, which means red hearts and gold glittery I love yous in every aisle of every Dwayne Reed everywhere. It is capitalism's way of reminding us that love is for sale. A few days ago, I was walking into a cafe by my house. And I go in, I go down the stairs, and I look up, and there's a red heart with white chalk on it saying, "Will you be mine?" And I look, and there are red roses on every freaking table, and an entire counter full of red cookies with red icing, with red sprinkles, red. There was red everywhere. I could not escape it. Gold, glittery lights, and I'm staring at this cafe, and it looks like Valentine's is throwing up all over me, and I feel happy. I feel really happy. I have a reputation in this circuit for being a little anti-romance. You give one speech about how dating makes you fat, broke, and crazy. And then you give one more speech about how to be awesome at breaking up. And then you give two more speeches about your ex-boyfriend, Darren, and suddenly you are romance's anti-Christ. But the truth is, I am a romantic. I know people don't believe it, but I am a romantic. I really love love. And that is why Valentine's Day is one of my favorite holidays of all time. So today, I wanted to come here to defend Valentine's Day. And I want to start out by talking about why I like Valentine's Day, and then some of the common arguments against Valentine's Day. Why do I like Valentine's Day? I love getting flowers. I think they're beautiful, and they make me feel special. And I like gold glitter hearts. I think they're cutesy, which is counterintuitive. Anybody who actually knows me knows that I'm not very cutesy. I don't like things that are cutesy, but I like glitter hearts so much so that I hang them across my apartment every Valentine's Day. I really like them, and public displays of affection make me feel hopeful. It is a beautiful thing to see two people in love. Maybe in love for that moment, or that hour, or that month, or that year, or maybe, just maybe, forever. Two people who on a carnal level want each other so badly they can't wait to get home and rip each other's clothes off. I want that. I want someone who wants me like that. Right? Anybody else? Nobody's going to raise their hand. Thank you. Yeah, I want that. I can do these things because I'm a test speaker. I'm happy when other people have that. It makes me feel happy because I think our purpose on this planet is to touch, to feel, and to love. And that is why I love Valentine's Day. Now, people who hate Valentine's Day usually have two arguments. The first argument is, this is a commercialized consumer holiday invented by Hallmark to make a lot of money, right? And the second one is, this is a day designed to make single people feel lonely. So let's address those two things. The first one, the people who are usually proponents of this argument usually say things like, this is the consumer holiday designed by Hallmark. You shouldn't need a holiday to tell someone you love them. Yes, that is true. You should vulnerably, deeply, and openly express your love daily, often. You should shower your partner, your friend, your family with affection all of the time. You should end every single phone conversation with not a tiny, shiny, minuscule shred of doubt about your love. That is what you should do. But we don't. Because we are humans. And it is really scary to love that vulnerably and openly and deeply. So if we need a holiday to reaffirm our love for somebody, if we need to use someone else's words on a card to express our affection, or if we can't find or express or articulate the words and instead we want to burn a CD of Macklemore songs, or if we just need an excuse to learn how to cook salmon and clean our apartments and burn the damn rice in the process and order Chinese instead, you know what? I'm okay with that. Because I can't think of a single scenario where that is a bad thing, even if Hallmark makes a shit ton of money in the process. Now, for the other people who think this is a holiday designed to make people feel lonely, what I would say to you is, loneliness is an incredibly valid emotion. I've spent the majority of my life alone, so I feel you. Believe me, I feel you. I get it. I understand what it feels like to feel lonely. I've had crippling uncertainty if I would ever be touched again. I've had days where I knew nobody but my mother cared how my day actually went. I had days where I was worried if I would ever have sex or kiss anyone again or have the opportunity to learn how to make salmon and burn the damn rice in the process. So I get it. And yet, on Valentine's Day, every year I feel deeply loved because it is only a couple's day if you make it a couple's day. Every year, my mom calls me and wishes me a happy Valentine's Day. Every year, my best friend, who is actually married now, pregnant with her first child, calls me and asks me to be her Valentine. Every year, I buy flowers for myself, for my friends. Every year, I bake cookies for all of my colleagues. I leave notes for random strangers, and every year, I feel deeply, deeply loved. So, if you are feeling anti-Valentine's, anybody in this room feeling a little anti-Valentine's Day? Look, I get it. I get it. I get it. But I want to ask you to shift your perspective. Perhaps this year you celebrate with your family, with your friends, with your fellow Toastmasters. This year, instead of hating Hallmark and being sad, why not embrace the gooey, glittery goodness of the holiday? And if you can't think of a single person in the world to celebrate with, I have one question. Will you be my Valentine?